Which is the biggest crime? JFK, Lockerbie, the Great Train Robbery, or the crime that takes 6 months of your time before you see a penny? Sounds mad as a box of frogs, doesn't it? But it's true. And the best part, you sign up for it every single year. Welcome back to Extraordinary Days. We've covered hangings, heists and history before. But today's story might just be the most audacious crime of them all. A crime so big, so all-encompassing, that it makes every crook, every con man and every scandal look like pocket change. We call it the biggest crime in the history of the world. Now, I know what you're thinking. It can't be that bad, so stick around, because by the end of this story, you'll never look at your payslip the same way again. When it comes to the crime scene we're about to investigate, every day is an extraordinary day, but not in a good way. When we think of great crimes, we think of the classics and all the usual suspects. The shooting of President John F. Kennedy, Dallas 1 p.m. 1963. A single shot, maybe three, that changed America forever. People still argue about who did it. CIA, mob, lone gunman. And over half a century later, we're no closer to the truth. Then there's Lockerbie, 1988, Pan Am Flight 103, blown from the sky over Scotland, 270 souls lost. A crime so shocking, it scarred a generation. And of course, the Great Train Robbery, 1963 again. Bruce Reynolds and his crew, including the now infamous Ronnie Biggs, stop a Royal Mail train, make off with 2.6 million quid. Around 70 million today. They became legends, folk heroes even, but compared to what's coming next, that was just petty cash. See, the biggest crime isn't in a courtroom or a history book. It's not done with masks or guns or getaway cars. It's done with paperwork, with smiles, with pay slips. It's the temporary income tax. That little deduction that appears before you even touch your wages. The one that was supposed to be temporary. Funny thing though, the war ended. The tax didn't. There's an old Russian proverb, nothing is more permanent than a temporary solution. An income tax might just be the perfect example. Let's rewind to 1799, Britain's at war with Napoleon. Pitt the Younger introduces a temporary tax on income to fund the fight. It's repealed in 1802, reintroduced in 1803, repealed again, and then made permanent in 1842 by Sir Robert Peel. And that's when the penny, quite literally, dropped. The government had found the golden goose. By 1944, they created PAYE, pay as you earn. The idea was genius in its simplicity. Why wait for citizens to pay tax when you can take it before they ever see their wages? It was the great payroll heist, and it was completely legal. Yes, they make the laws too. Fast forward to today. The wars are over Napoleon's dust, but that temporary tax still going strong. And it's spread. We're taxed on our income, our spending, our savings, our homes, our fuel, our food, even our deaths. They'd tax the coffin if they could find a way to measure it. We're told it pays for roads, schools, hospitals. Look around. The schools are crumbling, the NHS is gasping, and the roads, well, they look like the surface of the moon. If you've got eyes to see, you know it's painfully untrue. Here's where this audacious crime gets really cheeky. The UK tax year starts on the 6th of April, and if you add it all up, the average Brit works until September, just to pay the government. 6 months, gone. Half your life, every year. It's like having a summer job, except you don't get paid. Before you earn a penny for yourself, you've already done half a year's graft for the state. So when they say public servant, remember it's not just the bureaucrat you voted in. Technically, that's you. We're told taxes pay for civilization. Roads, defence, education, healthcare, and yes, some of it does. But a lot of it, well, it evaporates into thin air. Endless wars, wasted projects, bureaucratic bloat and graft. Billions lost to fraud. Billions more to schemes that buy votes rather than build value. Imagine if you kept what you earned. You'd decide what mattered. Give to charity, build, save, create. But that would make you independent, wouldn't it? And we can't have that. My father raised 4 kids. Mum stayed at home, 2 cars on the drive. A detached house, all on a manager's salary. Today, that same job wouldn't buy you a flat with damp and a flickering boiler. What changed? Taxes went up, the pound went down, and the government's appetite never stopped growing. They take more, give less, and tell you you're lucky to have it. The middle class is being squeezed like an orange and someone else is drinking the juice. This isn't just about money, it's about time. According to estimates, Britons work roughly 160 to 170 days each year just to pay tax. That's 165 days of your life, nearly 6 months, gone. You're not contributing, you're conscribed, drafted into an economic war you never volunteered for. The biggest crime in history isn't that they took your money, it's that they took your time. And time, though it's a valuable commodity, is the one thing you never get back. Now, I'm not saying don't pay tax, let's be sensible. They have a monopoly on force, but if you don't want to pay, then leave. While you still can. Go somewhere you're treated better, because there are places like that. But for those who stay, remember, the biggest crime in history isn't robbery, it's routine. The Great Train Robbery lasted one night. The income tax robbery, that one's every night, every week, every paycheck. No sirens, no police chase, no courtroom drama. Just a quiet, relentless drip, drip, drip from your pocket to theirs, and it's all perfectly legal. So tell me, what do you think is the biggest crime in history now? The shooting of a president, the bombing of a plane, or the system that takes your time, your labour and your freedom, while telling you it's for your own good. They said it was temporary. That was 226 years ago. And remember the old Russian proverb, nothing is more permanent than a temporary solution. If you've worked hard enough for the government this year, you can at least take a second to like this video and subscribe to our channel. It'll cost you nothing and it means the world to us. Comment below with "My time is mine" and share this story with someone who still thinks the Great Train Robbery was the biggest heist in British history, because now you know better.